13 dark psychological facts about human behavior. We like to think we understand people. We like to believe that love, kindness, and empathy guide human nature. But behind every smile, every kind word, and every polite gesture lies something much darker: hidden fears, silent desires, and unspoken instincts that control how we think, feel, and act. These are not just random quirks, they're the raw truths of human psychology that most people will never talk about. So let's uncover them. Here are 13 dark psychological facts about human behavior, the ones that reveal how people really work. Fact 1: people remember pain more than pleasure. Have you ever wondered why one bad memory can ruin an entire day? That's because our brains are wired for survival, not happiness. The human mind gives more attention to pain than to pleasure, a principle known as the negativity bias. It's an evolutionary mechanism. In prehistoric times, remembering danger, or like a poisonous plant or a predator, was far more valuable than remembering a pleasant sunset. Today, this bias still rules us. A single cruel comment can echo for years, while 100 compliments fade in seconds. And when we replay pain, it shapes our decisions, our trust, and even the way we love. That's why forgiveness is rare, because our brains are built to remember the wound, not the healing. Fact 2: we all wear masks. Every human being has two sides: the one they show the world and the one they hide even from themselves. Psychologist Carl Jung called this the persona, the mask we wear to survive in society. We smile when we're sad. We act confident when we're falling apart. We pretend to be okay because being honest feels dangerous. The darker truth: some people wear their masks for so long they forget who they were underneath. They become their own performance, living a life that looks perfect but feels hollow. In a world obsessed with image, authenticity becomes rebellion. Fact 3: people crave control more than love. Love is beautiful, but what most people don't realize is that it's often mixed with a deep desire for control. In relationships, friendships, even workplaces, people want to feel powerful. They want to shape others, influence them, make them stay. This control isn't always obvious. It hides in manipulation, jealousy, and guilt. Someone might say, "I'm just protecting you." But what they're really saying is, "I want to control the way you live, think, and feel." True love doesn't control. But the dark side of human nature often confuses control for care. That's why some relationships feel like cages disguised as comfort. Fact 4: silence makes people uncomfortable. Try sitting in silence with someone. No talking, no music, no distractions. Within seconds, most people will feel uneasy. They'll laugh nervously, check their phone, or start meaningless small talk. Why? Because silence exposes truth. It leaves no room for pretending. In silence, your real emotions rise to the surface. People who are uncomfortable with silence are often uncomfortable with themselves. But those who can embrace it, those who can sit in the quiet without fear, are often the ones in control of their emotions and the room. Fact 5: everyone lies or believes their own lies. Studies show that the average person lies 2 to 3 times every 10 minutes of conversation. Sometimes it's harmless. "Well, I'm almost there. You look great. I'll call you tomorrow." But every lie serves a purpose. It hides guilt, protects ego, or avoids conflict. The darker part? We don't just lie to others. We lie to ourselves. We say, "I'm over them. I'm fine. It doesn't bother me." But deep down, the truth eats away at us. The human brain can even believe its own lies through repetition, a phenomenon known as cognitive dissonance reduction. We twist reality just enough to stay comfortable in our own story. Fact 6: people judge instantly and rarely change their mind. Within 7 seconds of meeting someone, your brain decides who they are: friend, threat, attractive, untrustworthy. This isn't logic, it's instinct. It's the brain's way of conserving energy and forming shortcuts to decide quickly. The dark truth? Once that first impression is made, most people never truly change it. That's why reputation is so fragile. One mistake, one rumor, one awkward first meeting, and the label sticks. In a world of quick judgments, being understood becomes a rare luxury. Fact 7: people enjoy the downfall of others. There's a reason gossip spreads faster than good news. Humans experience a twisted pleasure in witnessing others fail, especially those they envy. The Germans have a word for it: Schadenfreude, meaning joy from others' misfortune. When someone more successful stumbles, it briefly makes us feel superior. It's ugly but deeply human. It reflects our insecurity, our hidden wish to see proof that others aren't as perfect as they seem. The most dangerous people are the ones who smile at your success but secretly hope you fall. Fact 8: busyness is a modern illusion. "I'm so busy." You hear it every day. But psychologists say busyness has become a status symbol, a way to feel important. Many people fill their lives with noise, work, and distractions because silence feels like failure. In truth, most people aren't busy, they're just running from themselves. Because when you slow down, the thoughts you've been avoiding finally catch up. Fact 9, repetition shapes reality. The human mind doesn't care about truth, it cares about repetition. Say something often enough and your brain accepts it as fact. That's why propaganda works. That's why self-talk matters. Tell yourself you're worthless long enough and your mind will make it your identity. Tell yourself you're capable and slowly you will be. Repetition is the most powerful form of programming, and your thoughts are the code. Fact 10, people don't want the truth, but they want comfort. We say we want honesty, but the truth often hurts too much. When someone gives us a harsh truth, we call them rude, negative, or cruel. But when someone lies sweetly, we call it kindness. Humans crave emotional comfort more than objective truth. That's why so many people live in denial about relationships, health, and even who they really are. Because truth demands change, and change that is terrifying. Fact 11, mirroring builds invisible bonds. Ever notice how you start using the same words, tone, or gestures as someone you like? That's called mirroring, the subconscious copying of body language or speech to build trust. It's how humans connect without words. But it's also how manipulators gain control. Skilled persuaders use mirroring to make you feel understood. Then use that trust to influence your emotions. So next time someone agrees with you a little too much, pay attention. Fact 12, loneliness rewires the brain. Loneliness isn't just emotional, then it's biological. Studies show chronic loneliness activates the same brain regions as physical pain. Over time, it changes the brain, making people more anxious, defensive, and sensitive to rejection. That's why lonely people often pull away from others, even when they crave connection. The mind begins to protect itself from the very thing it needs, love. Fact 13, laughter hides the deepest pain. Some of the funniest people in the world are the saddest inside. Humor becomes their armor, a shield to deflect pain. They make others laugh so no one notices their own sorrow. Behind every joke lies a piece of truth they're too afraid to say out loud. Sometimes the loudest laugh hides the quietest cries. So, what do these dark facts tell us? That humans are not purely good or evil. We're complex in the mix of light and shadow, logic and emotion. Every person you meet carries invisible battles. Every smile hides a secret. Every silence tells a story. The more you understand human psychology, the more you realize no one is simple. And sometimes the darkest parts of us are just the places that need understanding the most. If this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button because here, we dive deep into the mind every single week. Until next time, stay curious and never stop exploring the shadows of the human mind.